I'm excited for what's coming.
Are you?
Yeah.
I am not. At all.
Yeah, are you ready?
No.
Are you ready? This could be reminiscent of what's coming in the future.
Yeah. Which is
And it's going to be great.
it's gonna be stupid.
Anyway, let's get it started. My name is Justin.
I'm Jordan.
Let's get it. And we are back. Welcome back to another episode of Lockstarz, y'all. All right, I'm so excited about what's coming.
Yeah. Losers were like you would be excited.
I think you're like one of the biggest haters out there, dude. For how to make Yu-Gi-Oh amazing again.
Yeah, for losers, yeah.
We're gonna have this is gonna be peak Yu-Gi. We're gonna have peak Yu-Gi-Oh again, and I'm very excited for it.
I don't know about.
I might go to Japan, man.
Arguably, only one reason, but there's like one thing that does bring it down significantly.
Guys, this is so exciting. This is gonna be a crazy episode. The OCG has come out with their ban list, and it is absolutely insane.
You keep calling it insane and saying it's gonna be amazing when I bet you've only seen like the one card on.
No. Two cards. I've seen two cards.
Two cards.
I've only seen one card.
You're only glazing it because it's one.
First of all, you need to stop calling it glazing. That's gross. I've only seen one card. Anyway, guys, here's the ban list.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
it's gonna be a little bit hard to see. Maybe I'll put it up. Maybe I'll try to like edit it into the video, but it's a little bit difficult to see. All right. Well, banned.
Just Beatrice. Good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nobody wanted Beatrice. That card made degenerate combos.
You know, I don't think Beatrice. I don't think is that powerful of a card by itself. It's a pretty solid card. Like you talk trash. Like it's an insane card.
I mean, no, it's not necessarily. It's what it like.
It's what it enables.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
right. That doesn't make it insane by itself. It just makes every card around it insane.
No, because that's like saying. Like a card is only as powerful as basically what you could do with it, right? That's what makes it powerful.
Sure.
Like you could say it's not as like powerful by itself, like I guess.
Sure,
like,
sure, but like,
but you can't just like you have to. Like you have to consider like the other cards around. You have to consider what it enables.
No, I'm not saying it shouldn't be banned. I'm just saying like. It's a solid card by it's a pretty solid card.
Well, yeah, but you could say that about
it's a fair card.
No, it's not.
It is
because
it just what does it do? It just dumps and floats, right?
Well, yeah, but the fact it dumps. I mean, it flows, but it only floats
for Burning Abyss.
Yeah,
right.
for Burning Abyss.
But still,
but it dumps like any card in the game. It's not like just dump a Burning Abyss card. Like sure. It dumps any card.
Okay, sure, but that just I think that's a pretty mild effect. It's just.
I mean, no. Why do you think Lavavo Chain got banned? And that got banned way before Beatrice even was thought of.
Right. So it's the other decks are powerful. It's all the other cards that are powerful, but this by itself is a pretty solid. But we're gonna go around in circles for this. But
that's like saying Stratos is like a solid card.
I think it is a solid card. It's a fair card. It wasn't fair at the time, right? But now it's a pretty fair card because every deck has a Stratos now.
Well, sure. Not every deck is freaking broken.
We're gonna go around in circles about this. What do you think about this? What do you think?
Well, yeah, as I said, yeah, it's a good hit because it enables more degeneracy.
Okay. They only banned one. That's pretty crazy. Only one card.
Yeah, because they didn't really need to ban anything else. Well, something else, like 2 other cards, but we'll get to that.
All right, whatever. All right, I mean, pretty simple.
Now this is the meat. The meat.
The what?
The meat. What?
You like the meat and bones? Like, is that what you mean?
The meat of like the list. Like, what do you mean? Like,
What are you talking? Why do you say it like that?
what do you mean? That's what people say.
Who says it?
This is the meat of it.
Who says it like that, dude?
Have you never heard anyone say that?
You mean
before?
the meat and I've heard the meat and bones of something, right? I've heard that, not the meat.
Yes, the meat of this. Like, what do you mean?
No, you know that phrase. If you're talking about like the meat and bones, yeah, that means
Who says the meat and bones?
bro. If that derives from that phrase, because that phrase is longer, bro.
You can say the phrase is longer.
This is the meat and
but
bones of the situation, like the meat and bones.
I've never heard anyone say the meat and bones.
People have been saying that for decades.
People
What are
saying
you
this is
talking
the
about?
meat.
No, they don't.
Yes, they
That's
do.
probably a more recent thing. You know, in fact, I saw a video about this the other day. About I forgot what the term is, but it's when we have to use expressions to the point where we forget about the rest. So, like for example, speak of the devil, right? Do you know the rest of that?
No.
phrase? No,
No.
really?
Yes.
Oh, you wait.
No, I do not know the rest of that phrase.
That's insane to me, right? Because and in the video we were
You mean
talking,
speak of the devil and he will come?
and he shall appear.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a bunch of phrases like that, and I forgot what.
No,
what
I
it was
know what
called.
you mean, and maybe it is meat and bones, but people say
I've
like, this
never
is-
heard
this-
someone just say meat.
because they're referring like a sandwich,
What?
like a sandwich, because the main
I
part
get
of
it.
a sandwich is the
It
meat.
just sounds weird.
It doesn't matter. It
Your
sounds weird
terms
to
are
you
just-
because you're dumb.
Your terms are just weird.
That's
dude.
not
I'm
a weird.
just saying.
People literally say that all the time.
I've never heard
This is
anyone
the
say it
meat.
like that. I've never heard
Like
say it.
because they're talking. It's like in terms of a sandwich, because the main part of a sandwich is the meat.
I've heard the meat and bones. Yeah.
What
Like,
what is the meat and bones?
it's
What
like
does
the
that
main
mean?
thing, like the main like thing you're messing with on your plate. Like you're eating the plate because of like the meat and the chicken. You're not eating the plate because of the mac and cheese and the fries. Like the main thing. You're eating.
This
This is the main part.
So it's the same thing.
Right,
We're
but
talking
I'm-
about the same thing.
No, but I'm saying just the way
You're
you
just
say it is
mad
weird.
because I just shortened it.
You're just like this
That's
is
what people say. This is the meat.
You're just like this is the meat.
That's
That
what
just
it is.
sounds weird. Dude.
No, it's because you're freaking.
No,
because you're weird and you're dumb.
No, I think you're just no. You just
Anyway,
I think
no.
I think you like to say these things because you're because of who you are.
What do you mean? Who I? No.
Nothing. Let's get into the meat, I guess. Now I'm gonna talk about this. It's my turn. It's my turn now. We got two of the greatest monsters.
One of the greatest
Or
monsters.
they got, I guess. They got two of the greatest monsters
One.
back into the game. Stop arguing with me. Shut up. It's my turn now. Did I interrupt you while you were making
Well,
your
I'm sorry about
stupid
the one
analysis?
Beatrice.
Man,
Oh,
yes. Be
well,
quiet.
there's like 10 cars to talk about.
Can you be quiet? Can you be quiet right now? Man, I'm trying to get into the meat. Man. We got Zoodiac Drident. They got Zoodiac Drident back. And the god emperor of Yu-Gi-Oh! Masterpiece, the Dracoslaying King. Like, oh my,
Dracoslaying King.
Drake, that's what I said.
Dracoslaying.
The true Dracoslaying King. Yes. God Emperor. Now, the rest of these cards, I don't really care about. I want to see this is like so interesting because at what point have we gotten to where two of the most powerful cards in Yu-Gi-Oh's history can come back? Not only the most powerful, but the greatest team out. This is the greatest team out there, bro. This was, I think the Zoodiac Draco was the greatest was it the greatest deck collab ever in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh. Now maybe I'm wrong, but at least in my history of Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyway, but what do you think? Like, what do you think about that? We've gotten to a point in the game where these can come back.
Oh my god, certified writer, dude. I swear to God.
You said writer?
Yeah, writer.
Can you stop using these weird terms, bro?
It's not weird terms.
These are
I'm not
weird.
trying.
First the meat, then glaze.
Do you want me to
and
complete
then
that?
writer?
Meat writer. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you.
Anyway,
Zoodiac Drident, yes, that is a good thing. I like Drident. Zoodiac should be like, I don't know if because in what do they call, I don't know what they call it, but basically like unbanned formats. Like, cause sometimes they do that in the OCG. Like Zoodiac tends to be in like the top tier, like the top decks, right? So I don't know if like them being back at full power wouldn't necessarily be a good thing, but this is a good start. Having like, if we have like one Drident, I would say it would be good if we have two Rat Pierre and then even one. Well, no, I don't think it's banned, but I think like one of each. I forgot what exact. I know this one is banned here, and then the Broad Bull is banned. I don't know what else. I know Rat Pierre is at 1, obviously, but if they have Rat Pierre at 2 and then Broad Bull and Drident at 1, I think that would be fine. But then back at like full power, I don't know, be good. But this is a great start. Now get to the
The God Emperor.
No.
God Emperor. Just say it.
The garbage.
Say it.
Garbage.
Hey, put some
Masterpiece.
respect. Put some respect on
Masterpiece
his name.
and me would be always have beef, forever beef. Hate that card with a passion.
I love that card with a passion.
No, like kaijuing over Masterpiece is would be the greatest feeling in the world. I don't care.
That's fine. I'll just summon another one.
Like no, and I'll kaiju it. I don't care.
Just summon another one.
I'll
tribute your
That's such a stupid card.
This is
Anyway,
an amazing card, but
I'm done talking about your loser
I
Masterpiece.
mean, what do you think? What do you think? This is.
I mean,
powerful...
it's an interesting hit. I mean, because obviously, like, I don't know how good it is now because a pure Draco deck is pretty slow. It'll only be good in like anti-meta, which is like isn't necessarily even like a good deck. Like an anti-meta Draco deck isn't necessarily a good deck because we have whether like Draco Stun wouldn't really be. I mean, it'd be fun, but it wouldn't really be as good as Runic Stun unless they like somehow mix them all together.
Now, do you think this is a sign that these cards are going to come back pretty soon in the TCG?
Obviously, like
possibly before the year is up.
I don't know about that, but
right, because when we get we got the ban list like a month ago.
Yeah.
So it's definitely
possibly
possible.
I mean, it might. I mean, like I don't think so. I mean, I don't think these would come back this year.
Konami. Listen.
Oh my god.
Christmas is coming up.
No.
Can you be quiet? I'm trying to make a case here. Christmas is coming up. And I think I've been a pretty good boy this year. And the only thing I really want for Christmas is to bring Masterpiece back into the game. That's it. That's all I want.
Ooga
Can you be
Booga summon Masterpiece. No. We're not talking about... No, forget Masterpiece. Now, these other cards, the actual good cards, all right? You got Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, which is also a stupid card that I think it can't be... If I remember correctly, it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, if I remember correctly. And it has a negate on it, and with that negate, it gains 1,000 attack. So, I mean, I don't know why they even put it at 1. I don't know what decks really run it more than 1. I don't really think Despia plays it anymore.
You said, what does it exactly do?
I think it can't be destroyed by battle. I mean, it can't be destroyed by card effects, and it can't be targeted. It has 3,000 attack, and
what's its material?
A spellcaster 2,500, and a Red Eyes. Is it a Red Eyes monster or is it? Or is it? It might be. It might not. I think it's actually. It might be actually just Dark Magician, and a. Is it a Dark Dragon? Something like that. It's something like that.
I mean, it's probably at this point. I mean, they're probably making room for something if it's irrelevant to ban it. That's why I imagine.
Well, I don't know what they'd be making room for because they put it at 1. So, and I don't know what decks even run more than 1 if they run it at all.
That means something's coming.
Snatch Steal. I think Snatch Steal was banned in the OCG. So
was it? Is it 3 here, right?
No, it's at 1.
Oh.
So I mean, doesn't matter.
What else we got? We got some Fiendsmith stuff.
Diabellstar the Black Witch, good. They're finally hitting Snake Eyes harder. So Diabell, that's a consistency hit. Poplar, they just followed the TCG. I guess we'll talk about Bonfire with that. That's good too. Which is like wild. Which is wild. It's not wild necessarily. Because Bonfire has to be at 1. I mean, it can only be used once per turn. And even though but now they just put it at 1 just like Rhoda.
Makes sense.
And then we have Chandra, which is another Tempai Dragon hit. Tempai Dragon, even with 1 field spell, is still dominating in the OCG. U-Bell, Phantom U-Bell, I mean, that's pretty much a given.
Yeah, I think the rest of these are pretty just makes sense. I mean, they're given. These are the meta decks right now. It's not really a big surprise.
Yeah, people didn't really like Phantom U-Bell.
Obviously, the only relevant thing is Drident and Masterpiece.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not Masterpiece.
Dude, I don't understand why you hate Masterpiece so much.
Bro, it's a card that says unaffected by things.
I'm just like
unaffected by 2/3 of the game.
This can be like well, it could be unaffected by like 3 things. What are you talking about?
What? No, it can't.
Yes, it can. You can tribute all 3 and like just make it invulnerable to all 3. What are you talking about?
Masterpiece literally you could what? Masterpiece you can only like tribute summon it.
Right. I'm pretty sure
you can't tribute. You can't. It's a 2 tribute monster. I mean, all level 7 or higher is 2 tributes. So just by pure game mechanics, it can only be affected by 2/3.
Tribute summon this card. You tribute summon continuous spell or trap. You control as well as monsters unaffected by the effects of cards with the same. Interesting. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, but I'm definitely excited about that. I think it's going to be reminiscent of how the TCG is going to go in the future. See how it affects the OCG, and I'm excited for this to be. Excited for this to be back soon.
And then we have the 2 Fiendsmith cards. Yeah. I don't think they needed to put Track to 1. Personally, because if you're gonna put Engraver to 1 anyway, I mean, I guess it hurts like. I guess there's like consistency. Since all the new Fiendsmith support. Mm-hmm. So. All
right, moving on. No, yeah, that's the correct way. All right, semi-limited. All right, I mean this is very interesting. I'm getting a lot of nostalgia from this list. I think the biggest one is Max C here. I mean, do you even think that's relevant? I mean, not relevant, but is going to affect the game over there?
I mean, no, because it's at 2, so that just means instead of 9 Maxis, you get 8.
Yeah, I don't know why they just don't. So why do they have this why do they even have it over there in the first place?
I mean,
what are they trying to keep in check?
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, these big combo decks is just splurge monsters onto the field. That does keep the deck in check. I mean, it is a little bit unfair, but that just has to do with the game in general. The only good thing about Maxi is you can Maxi your opponent back.
Sure.
But then we have the Molt Charmies, which you can't Molt Charmy your opponent back. That's the whole thing. Like, as soon as I put a card on the field, my Molt Charmy is turned off, so it only works going second. That's why the Molt. So like, I guess they just put Maxi to 2 just to test the waters, but it doesn't really do anything unless it's at 1.
Gotcha. Yeah. Pinkertops. Pinkertops. That was at 3, and they put it to 2.
I guess so.
And what? What's it called? Terratop. That was at what? Banned? No, that was.
I don't know the whole. I don't know like the whole list of the OCG, but right now, if it's at 2, then it's just like
it was probably at 1.
Well, yeah, maybe, but there again, it's just like it's not like a broken combo at this point. There's not really anything it could summon that's really I mean, there's obviously like the Invoker that it can summon now. But Invoker, again, that's just them trying to bring back more cards. Maybe they just want to bring back Zoodiac very slowly.
Oh yeah,
It's just that Invoker does potentially invoke some degenerate combos. What? That's literally better than any joke you ever said.
No, that's just wrong. I'm way funnier than that.
Ava.
Hold on, because I'm wondering. I'm wondering, like, it's got me wondering again, like, about how powerful the game is getting, right? I'm interested to see how this kind of plays out in the OCG, especially. So, what it seems like to me, it's the Fiendsmith. It's one of the most powerful engines ever at Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Because you can use it pretty much in any deck, more or less. At least any competitive one.
Yeah.
So now they're bringing back, like, arguably, like, they're slowly bringing back, like, I mean, arguably the absolute, like, best engine ever created in Yu-Gi-Oh. So at what point? So at what point have we gotten to where this is possible? Where this is even, like, relevant? Even with Luster Pendulum, right? That's like kind of the most one of the most powerful pendulum cards in the game, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it's a discussion to be had. Has Yu-Gi-Oh, like, gotten way too insane?
No, yeah, I think everybody agrees that Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten like way too insane, but it's just the reality of it. So it's just something we have to deal with unless it just like gets drastically fixed. And the only way to drastically fix it if we have like a drastic ban list.
You know what? That's that's not like, like, we can have this discussion. Oh, dude, what if there was like does Yu-Gi-Oh need a reset?
A reset? I don't know about all that.
Wouldn't that be insane?
It would be insane. I think it'd be a bad idea.
I don't know.
Like a reset button. Like, no, that would make things way too complicated. Because it wouldn't be very.
I mean, just think about it. I mean, if people, I don't know what else you could do besides. Didn't you content creator say that we need a banlist purge?
Yeah. I mean, a bit like.
So what's necessarily the difference? Saying,
well, it depends on what you mean by like a reset. Like banning and limiting a whole bunch of cards is different from a hard reset. Depending on what you mean by a hard reset.
Right. It's just like, I mean, because if you need like a purge to fix the pace of the game, this seems like you're making a whole new game anyway. Right.
It's not necessarily the pace. It's not necessarily the pace, I guess, but I guess just how cards are just like so much more powerful that they just oppress. They can oppress you on your first turn.
Sure. Anyway,
going.
So, Golden Sarcophagus is an interesting one. I think at this point, I don't know what it was at. But at this point, it's basically a foolish burial. Effectively.
Well, yeah, sure, yeah.
Because the banishment is just so. It's a part of the game now.
Yeah. It's just the banishment is just like it's just another graveyard. It's like your third hand, essentially depending on the deck. So, especially with the power of especially with the new cards coming out, the new what are they called? The I forgot the name of it. The Malice archetype. Especially with those cards coming out, yeah, they had to like simulate it, and it might even get banned at some point, arguably.
Okay.
Ava coming back, no one really cares. That just has to do with because Drytron isn't anything at this point. Luster Pendulum, we do need more Pendulum support. I don't know why they should just put it at 3. There's not enough Pendulum support out there currently. He just hates Pendulums. Fusion Destiny. I mean, I think that's fine. Like,
I don't know
Like,
what's what.
it's
I
a
don't know
hero
what makes it
card.
relevant, but
It's basically like branded fusion, but for like heroes.
okay.
Branded opening to semi limit. That's dumb. They should have just limited it. If they wanted to like hurt it, like semi limit doesn't the semi limit list doesn't really do anything for like for most of these. I don't even know why they would even like semi limit like Invoker. There's no card like there's no deck that's gonna really run more than one. Even if they do run more than one, they're only gonna run two. Like that's why that's bad. Nightmare Throne, again, it doesn't really hurt the consistency that much because we have terraforming. Goes in match, that's dumb. They should have just had that at 1. I don't know if it came up from 1 or down from 3, but they should have just had it at 1. Floodgates. All the floodgates, they should just be at 1 or 0. It's dumb. No one likes, a floodgate Andy.
A what?
Oh my god, let's just move on, bro. I don't feel like explaining
God.
Andy to you. Unlimited. So all of these do not matter.
All right,
every
video's
single-
done. Are we done?
Yeah,
We
it's
done?
over.
All right,
All
we
these
want
do
to end the
not
podcast. All these do not matter.
Yeah, all of them don't matter.
All right, but we're gonna go over them anyway. Okay, so basically, now all the dragon rolls are back there, over there now, right?
Yep. Which means
Yeah, the TCG has been kind of like a squeamish about bringing all of them back.
I mean it's understandable. It's because it's always when they're always squeamish about bringing out decks like this because it was a tier 0 deck. It was you either play dragon rulers or nothing, or I guess spell books at the time. But even spell books, spell books could definitely like contend with dragon rulers, but dragon rulers again, it was the power over everything else.
You know what they should do as a oh my god, this is like I don't know. I guess you can't call this a legacy format, but what they should do for one format for a side tournament or something, where there is no ban list, there's 0 ban. You can play absolutely anything you want, any deck you want.
Well, yeah, that's what they do in the TCG. I mean the OCG. They don't do it in the TCG, but
For side events.
well, I don't know for side event. Like we talked about earlier, like how when they do those tournaments, Zoodiac is in the top of those tournaments.
Oh, sure.
So they do that in the OCG sometimes.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm just all right, whatever. Okay, we got Plush Fire. All right.
That don't matter. Plus Fire got the errata, so
Oh, okay. So it's not as.
Spiral Quick Fix, that's lit, but it's the OCG, but that's lit though.
I didn't
'cause,
know Zeus was limited.
Yeah, again, like limiting extra deck cards don't matter unless unless they're cards like Phantom of Ubel, where people do run 2 or 3.
Well, yeah, unless their extra deck is full of their boss monsters.
Well, yeah, sure. Like if
it's
purely
relevant to
well, if they were to hit purely, like hitting those extra deck cards would make sense. Hitting Zeus, some people run more than one Zeus, but it doesn't really matter where you run 1 or like 2. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really hurt the game.
right.
Kieran doesn't matter. I mean, I love Kieran, but there's no without more good pendulum support, Kieran doesn't really matter.
I didn't even know Regeki was limited in some way over there, or Lightning Storm.
Well, yeah, because they do the same thing, and they're going second cards, so they have to bring them back.
You ever wonder how the culture plays into not only gameplay, but I guess like gameplay and how the game is overall ran on the others. Obviously, monetary wise, or the rarities and the cards are different, but how's gameplay and tournament play is different culturally.
Well, yeah, it's different, and it's pretty much different. Every region has their own play styles. Like in the OCG, they tend to love their one-ofs. But that's only because they have things like Max C, right? So I can afford to run one Veiler and one Ogre, one whatever, right? Because I have things to like draw me into those cards. In the TCG, we tend to go for, how do I say this? In the TCG, we just love more combo decks, and we don't think if we have to run a card at one, then we don't run it at all, right? Unless it's just a very powerful card, like Called by the Grave. But even then, a lot of people just don't run Called by the Grave, right? With like Lightning Storm, it's worth just. I mean, no, well, yeah, but it's only good for going second. But you're usually using your max C's and Molt Storms for going second, so it's worth running one of those. So having it unlimited doesn't, it won't hurt. All right. Last card we got is My Friend Purely, which is great, at least for the OCG. I don't know why they even had that. Well, I know why, but it's good. Good. I wish they like treated it more. I wish they treated it better for Worlds. Like, I would love to see like more Purely players at Worlds. But Purely has just fallen off at this point. Short-lived, but it was great. But the overall list, it looks like a pretty good list. They tend to have, I shouldn't say they tend to have better lists than the TCG, but
just different lists.
Yeah, it's just different.
Different lists. You know why? You know why I just thought it like what hasn't been, I guess what an opinion I haven't heard is that we have. Maybe there are other reasons we have a TCG and an OCG, but what allows Konami to do is experiment on the game a little bit more, right? On how certain cards might play in the game, how people use the cards, and obviously how people's buying habits, but and more specific to the game, it just allows you to experiment. Which I think is a fair, just a fair thing to consider.
I mean, I guess I think you're giving them too much credit. Like Yu-Gi-Oh is it comes from Japan, so it would make sense they would like get their product like first.
I mean, I guess,
I think that's.
I don't think. I guess, but I just don't think that's. I never thought that was like relevant. To be honest with you. Oh, it comes from Japan, so they get their product. Okay, I mean, you have zero reason to not have. But like, if they could merge the games if they wanted to.
They could. But
I think it's purely. I think a big part of it is testing. It's testing ground.
Nah, I disagree. I think that was just giving them too much credit. Like,
I don't think people give Konami enough credit sometimes.
I mean, like what? Like, what do you mean?
Like, I mean, why do people say there's an OCG and a TCG?
I mean, I don't know the reason why they separated, but. Like them thinking like, oh, we can test product, like we could test it how it does.
You can test bands. I mean, you can test like Banlist. You can test products. It's just two different testing grounds. See how it affects. And maybe you could bound. And maybe depending on how things go over there, maybe it can affect how things go over here and vice versa.
Nah, I don't think like Konami's really like thinking that. I think. I gotta look up the reason why they separated, but them using like one or the other for like some type of testing ground, like I don't think they would like think of that.
You said like we have different play styles.
Well, yeah, but that just comes down to like the players.
Right, but it's broadly is different play styles based on region.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that doesn't have anything to do with like Konami itself.
No, but okay, can I finish? Like, since it's broadly different play styles, then it would make sense that each region would have different needs.
Sure.
So why wouldn't they? Like, why wouldn't that be a big part of like the reasoning on why uh they don't merge the games?
Purely one because I don't know why they won't merge the games, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying that's a huge. I mean, that could be a huge reason why and what they consider.
Like why they wouldn't merge the games.
Yeah, it's just one out of I'm sure many reasons.
I mean, sure. I'm not saying like I wasn't talking about a reason why they wouldn't merge the games.
Yeah, you're saying they're not thinking about that.
Well, I'm saying they're like them thinking like, oh, we could use one or the other as a testing grounds for certain for products and the like bands, and I'm saying they're not thinking of that.
I mean, I think that's. I don't see why they wouldn't be. I mean, it's two different. Otherwise, just have the same band list.
I mean, well, we would just have to look at the reason why they separated. But them using like the OCG as a testing grounds, I don't think that's what they were thinking of.
I think there's a bit. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, if they have in their heads like why they would delay a ban list is to see how a certain product does. If they have that in their heads, I wouldn't put it past them to say, hey, well, we can see how this product does over here, and then we bring it over here. I mean, that's kind of what they're doing now with I mean, they're kind of doing that now with product. I'm just saying.
Well,
I'm just saying they're probably bringing that over to gameplay too.
Well, no. Well, that's only the TCG. In the OCG, they have like a set ban list date, so it's like no matter when the product comes out, pretty much no matter when the product comes out, like this date is when we're gonna get our ban list. They might have it like a little adjusted, but it's like they're like.
I think that's just I think in terms of that specifically, that's just an operational decision.
Sure, but it's like the thing is like they run things differently in the OCG and the TCG. So it's not like the moment they just separated it, they're just like one of their thoughts like, oh, we can use one of these as a testing grounds. I think we just disagree on that. I definitely think I'll like if I'm running a business, if I'm running a game, like that just makes sense to go across my head. Like one is a testing ground for the other, and we're gonna still make our own decisions about what we ban and how we play, but what they're doing in the opposite side of the world is definitely something to consider. That just makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense for them to do it. I'm just saying since they're purely the fact that based on what they have done throughout the game's history and the fact that they're just like their main like prerogative is whatever is best for like the company. That's not something they would necessarily like consider.
Well, I'm not saying what's best for that. It's what they consider for gameplay. I'm not saying what's best for the company.
Yeah, but that's their main objective. That's the purpose.
Well, yeah, the purpose of any company is to make money, but that's not the point I'm making here. The point I'm making is that like part of the reason why there's two different games, in terms of TCG and OCG, why there's two different games, part of it is like, I think is, one could be a test for the other, right? Otherwise, like they'd have the same ban list. They wouldn't need to consider like gameplay and like gameplay and things like that. Like obviously, we're seeing how Max E is doing over there, and obviously we think it's an absolutely insane card, right? So we're not going to bring it over here, right? Because of how it's doing over there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, like
if Maxi wasn't doing anything over there, right? And like if they thought Maxi could do something, could like be a powerful card in the format, but they look at the OCG and see, well, it's doing nothing over there, right? Then why would we? Then if it's doing nothing over there, then why wouldn't we just unban it over here?
I mean, I don't think like whoever's determining our ban list is like considering like the OCG ban list.
I think so. I
think they're only considering how the gameplay is over here.
I mean, obviously, yeah, that's a big part of it, but I think that goes into it. I definitely think that goes into it.
I don't think so.
I think so. I think so. Anyway. Okay, you got anything else? You got anything else for the people?
Nope.
All right, I'm going to put the camera on me even though my light went out. All right, guys. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. This was a very exciting balance, especially for me. I think this is going to be... This is a path set to a great future.
Bro, can you stop lying, please?
Hey, I'm trying to... Why you always interrupt me on my
now you're lying.
Closings?
Now you're being lame.
I'm not lying. I'm just saying what's the future.
Like
the future is coming, Jordan.
Like,
and you have to accept it.
I'll accept it, but that doesn't. I'll accept lameness. Like, I'll accept the degeneracy, but that doesn't make it not degenerate. It's just.
I don't think it's degenerate. This is gonna be.
Yeah, but you
okay, but anyway, it's not relevant right now, so we don't need to argue about it. But I do think this is going to be reminiscent of what could come in the future, especially what we could get for Christmas. If we get Masterpiece back for Christmas, I'm going to jump for joy. It's going to be so exciting. But anyway, guys, we're trying to get to 50 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe, and share the video, and turn on those notification bells. I don't know how YouTube. Apparently, the notification bell is really how you subscribe to a channel. So turn on the notification bell and never miss one of our videos. But other than that, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Deuce.